Thank you, Pastor Charles. Good morning. It's always so good to see y'all on Sunday morning. And thanks for fitting us in on a Sunday that's not really a celebration of Ministry Sunday, but we have some things to share with you that we think is good to get out right now. We want to shine a light today on Boulder's own Emergency Family Assistance Association, what it does, the way St. Paul's has provided support in the past, and ways that we are going to be able to support them even more, even in this age of the pandemic. For over 100 years, EFA has been a locally operated community safety net for families in their times of need. Within those years, they have continued to sort of think outside the box. They had to find creative ways to continue to serve as demographics changed and cultures changed and ideas of privacy changed, just so much. And yet the fact that they're still here and still performing their service to me is just a real indication of how they've been able to develop and still get so much support from people. Their main services fall into four categories. One is the food service, the food pantry, the food bank, which we'll talk about later more. Family housing. EFA provides over 50 units of family housing throughout Boulder County. Case management. They provide ongoing counseling to connect people to resources that will empower them to thrive and to move on and to take charge of their lives again, and financial assistance. They supply funds to cover temporary needs to help people avoid homelessness mostly. We here at St. Paul's have been involved with helping in at least three of those areas. We've definitely made monetary donations individually and as a church. We've provided many contributions to their food bank, and we've given holiday help to families in their family housing units. Think adopt a family gift room at Christmas when all the toys pile up in the corner of the sanctuary. Think eggs, baskets, and bunnies at Easter. And who can forget the Easter egg hunts we used to have back in the day? I look around and I see these faces looking at me right now, and I can see y'all coming early on Saturday morning to hide eggs, rain or shine, inside or outside, and continue to hide them as the families came, and complete with the giant Easter bunny. Yeah, that was fun. But today we want to concentrate on the food service because it's really something that's ongoing that we can continue to be a part of. Last year, EFA provided over $1 million worth of food to families, to seniors, to people with disabilities. The EFA Food Bank relies on thousands of individual supporters and receives food from about 100 food drives and donations from schools, businesses, service organizations, and faith communities. During the pandemic, St. Paul's has been able to help with this by donating what remained in the food pantry, by bringing food to the various outdoor gatherings, and thanks to Pastor Charles and Belinda and Gary and Brenda Smith for making this happen, for showing up and collecting the food and taking it to EFA. And I was moved by Gary's testimonial last Sunday about how it felt to be there and to be doing that and to see the volunteers who are giving their time and also the people who are coming to get the food. It really does hit home when you're right there on the spot. It just makes you see how necessary this is. In continuing to be creative with ways to donate, EFA has opened up several opportunities to help that do not require in-person contact. It's really interesting. Belinda has investigated this and gotten us hopefully involved in it, and she's going to do a show and tell or a tell and show to let us know a little bit more about this. And there'll be an article in the epistle for February that also explains some of these ways. It's really fun. Take it away, Belinda.
Full recap of everything. Let's see, I'm just going to pull up this page that kind of went away, but hopefully it'll come up in a moment. So hopefully you can see this. This is EFA's website, and there's a section for how to donate, and it talks about money or food. And you can go down here and you can see that EFA provided over $1 million worth of food to families, seniors, and people with disabilities just last year. And in the section of their website that talks about the food donation possibilities, they do provide a shopping list of what they, the most needed items, and you can see that listed on their website. And then it says you can either print out a shopping list, which is a list of these needed items, or you can shop online. It's a new age, isn't it? For their EFA's Amazon wish list. And you can click on this and immediately go to Amazon's wish list for EFA. And it lists here things that they need. And Judy Waller and I were talking last week about how much fun it was to kind of go shopping online for things that they need. And you just add to the cart whatever you might want to buy for somebody. And you just kind of get that cart going. And then when it's time to check out, you can sign into your, let me go back. You can sign into your Amazon and basically you can order. Now, when you get to a certain point, you can say, for what you're ordering, you can say it's a gift. And when you click that it's a gift, then you have a chance to say from St. Paul's United Methodist Church family. And you can then say, you can send it, and you can even click a box that says you'd like to be notified when it's delivered, which is kind of cool. And then you can be notified that in fact it has been delivered. So this is one way to get the needed items directly to them. You can scroll down this, you can see their donation hours, and there are other ways to help. And we're excited to share with you this other idea, which is called Adopt a Shelf. And if you click on here, it talks about how any person or group of people can do things a number of ways. You can purchase things and then take them to the food bank, which is what we've done in the past. You can and you can leave them to be stocked, or you can actually stock that shelf yourself, or you can donate money. Anyway, here we go. Adopt a shelf. So here it is. You can donate money and they will stock your shelf for you. And what's kind of nice about this, if you donate money to this program, it means that they can get their special discount for buying things. Their money goes further, so they can get more for the money that's donated. And so what we've done is a kickoff. First of all, you can see the shelf options. You can see, for example, that they say you can get, you can support, they ask that you commit to at least 3 months in this Adopt a Shelf program. And for example, you would say at least for the next 3 months, we'll pay this amount of money per month to stock the shelf, which is going to provide 50 cans on that shelf of tuna, for example. And so for 3 months, or at least that's the commitment, you can adopt a shelf. And when I was looking at this, there's shelves that are empty. And at that time, not one church family was sponsoring a shelf, which I found kind of shocking. We have different people's names. We have the Pilates group. We have the Elks. We have the Mahjong group. But here, so what we decided was our church family would adopt shelf number 3 of the oatmeal hot and cold cereal. And Pastor Charles and I gave them a check for $120. So that was a commitment of the first 3 months of supporting this shelf that has our name on it, where we're supporting giving their clients oatmeal and hot and cold cereal. And our hope is that if you're willing to be part of this, if you'll send money, if you wish, to Martha Batch, our church treasurer, and maybe you'll provide $40 for a month of our shelf. But whatever money sent to Martha in the memo line, if you could put that it's for EFA's food bank, then as we get enough money, we can send more money to provide support for this shelf number 3 in the oatmeal and hot cold cereal. And just an extra plug, I started this because it was kind of the lower end of the per month cost, $40 a month. But honestly, what I've been hearing from them and on their sign outside their facility too, they always desperately need eggs. Eggs, it's like a number one thing that you see on the website and on the sign outside their facility. My hope is that enough people will send money over time to this adopt a shelf kind of program. Just send a check to Martha Batch in the memo line. It's for EFAA's food bank. And depending upon how much money we get, I've committed our church for 6 months for this shelf. So I'm hoping we get at least $120 from the church family to pay for the next 3 months after our 3 months. And then what I'd like to do is, if we are supporting it enough, I'd like to commit to a shelf for the eggs, because this is something that they really desperately need. And as you can see, shelf 4 is empty. So that's all about EFAA and their website and wonderful ways that we can support them, even in this time of pandemic.
Thank you so much, Belinda. And I'll have to tell you, so when we send a check, if we do, we just say for the food bank, and Martha then, when she sends money in, will say for shelf number so-and-so. I mean, okay, good. Thank you.
That'd be perfect.
Okay, great. And I want to say that going down the list, when you do the Amazon wish list thing, I was not as careful as I should have been. However, and when I got to the end of all the stuff I'd clicked on that I thought I wanted to send them, it ended up being quite a bit. I mean, that was okay. It's just that, just a warning, you can just click and click and click and click, and pretty soon you've spent, a lot of money. But
it's really fun to shop. It's fun to shop, really, isn't it?
And I did get I got an announcement that they had sent, that it had been delivered to EFAA, because you put in their address, it goes directly to them. And you put in their address, and then I got to choose something that was called Deliver on Amazon Delivery Day or something, which I didn't know about before. But what that means is, if you choose that, all the items go in one package. They deliver all of them at one day. And so I did that, and it was really only a few days more than it would have been if they had sent it the next day. So anyhow, that's just an example of how we can continue to help people who are in need now without putting ourselves in danger or actually having to even leave your house. So thanks a lot. And thanks, Belinda and Gary and Brenda.
I really do want to applaud Judy Waller for her wonderful leadership with our partnership with EFAA, and also Brenda and Gary Smith. They have been our champions, haven't they, for the food bank, letting us know when we were back at the church building, letting us know what the food pantry needed for our neighbors in need. And thank you so much, Brenda and Gary, for all that you've done to lead us in this wonderful ministry. And I'm just so proud of our church family that we've had such a long-standing partnership with EFAA. So thanks to one and all.